Welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am your host, Tom Downey, and on today's show, we got some news items and a breakdown of the Cowboys' unofficial depth chart, and I do want to emphasize the unofficial because there are some parts that I think are just outright wrong. But we're going to begin with the Zack Martin restructure, which unsurprisingly sent Cowboys social media into a bit of a tizzy because it saved $8 million in cap space, and that means Earl Thomas is coming, right? No, wrong. That is not what this move is about. This is about saving cap space in 2021. Yes, the Cowboys can go sign Earl Thomas if they want to. They could have done that a while ago. But the Martin restructure is not about freeing up cap space for Earl Thomas. That is not what's going on here. The two are not connected. This is about Dak Prescott's contract going to be expensive, coming at a time where there's going to be a reduced salary cap in 2021, or at least that's what the Cowboys are anticipating for. So the Martin restructure is not about Earl Thomas. This is just about freeing up cap space because you always want more cap space if you're an NFL team. Now, we will continue to put out daily Cowboys videos for you, not just on the news, not just on the rumors. We will do grades. We do our live show as well for you guys. We keep you covered every single day here. So if you are not already one of the almost 69,000 subscribers, God, I can't wait till we get there. Hit that big red button and subscribe today. The other news item here for the Cowboys is around Randy Gregory. He got a one-year extension, the thing the Cowboys have been trying to give him for oh so long. This will take him through the 2021 season. It is worth up to $2.1 million next year. We'll see if it actually ends up getting there. There is also a very small $200,000 signing bonus. This is very similar to what the deal the Cowboys tried to give Gregory last year. However, the NFL stepped in and said, no, he's suspended. You cannot extend him. So it wasn't allowed to happen, but the Cowboys finally got it this time around. So assuming Gregory returns after this 6-week break, I don't even know what to call it. It's not a suspension, but it also kind of is a suspension, the acclimation period. How many sacks will Randy Gregory put up this year? Remember, you're missing almost half the season. We'll call it a third and kind of split the difference there. So how many sacks from him? This will be the pinned comment on today's video. So if you get the ad break here on YouTube, scroll down there and get your votes in for the number of sacks Gregory will put together in 2020. All right, now let's break down that depth chart for the Dallas Cowboys. Unofficial, so do not take it as 100% accurate because as we'll see, I don't think that it is. It is right, though, at quarterback. Dak Prescott, Andy Dalton, Ben DiNucci. That's just a duh, right? All right, running back, kind of the same thing. Zeke Elliott, Tony Pollard, Rico Dowdle, those two guys, Zeke and Pollard, will be active. We'll see if Dowdle is, but he might be on special teams. There is no fullback on the roster. Shewo Olanalua is on the practice squad, along with recent addition Elijah McGuire. Let's go to receiver now, and this is where things are, again, still pretty straightforward. Now, I will make note that I am assuming CeeDee Lamb is wide receiver 3. On that official Cowboys depth chart, they only listed 2 starters, Cooper and Gallup. Lamb's going to be your 3rd. I know it's dangerous when you assume things, but I am very confident that I am actually right in this particular instance. Cedric Wilson, Noah Brown, Malik Turner are the backups with Ventel Bryant still on IR. Now, we have told you guys about the jerseys I'm hooking you guys up with thanks to our new sportsbook partner, BetUS. Head over to chatsports.com/bet. Use promo code Cowboys75. We got an extra 10 jerseys to give away, so hit me up on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney if you want the details, but you put down $100, use that promo code Cowboys75. You'll get the deposit bonus and a current Cowboys player jersey. We are a little bit under 10 right now, but there are still some available. So if you've been on the fence, now is the time to go do it. Now you have to place a bet in order to get everything counted there. What you could bet on is the over-under receiving yards this year for both Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. I think the over makes a lot of sense here because, look, both of those players could be 1,000-yard guys. Dak Prescott from BetUS was projected to have over 4,000 yards passing. To get 0 guys over 1,000, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Now, as to who will have more yards this year, get your votes in. Type AC for Amari Cooper or type CL for CeeDee Lamb. I lean towards Amari Cooper, but who knows? Maybe that injury, not injury thing keeps cropping up throughout the season. to tight end now, and this is where I have my first, is it right though? Blake Jarwin, tight end 1. Blake Bell was listed as tight end 2, and I think in week 1, emphasize on the I think, because I don't know for certain because the Cowboys kept things so close to the vest. I think Dalton Schultz might actually get more reps than Blake Bell, especially utilizing the fullback kind of tight end hybrid role. All right, to the offensive line here, very few surprises in terms of the starters. Cam Erving in line to start at right tackle. The surprise to me was Brandon Knight, who played right tackle in a pinch last year for the Cowboys, actually being listed at right guard. Now, maybe the Cowboys are just trying to have a nice even depth chart because Terrence Steele listed at both right tackle and left tackle as a backup. But I think Knight's more of a tackle, so that one was a bit of a head-scratcher to me. Frankly, I like Knight more than Cam Erving, although Knight has been battling some injury problems. Erving, with Lael Collins on IR for the first 3 weeks, is set to start week 1 against the LA Rams. So what is your confidence level in Cameron Erving? Rate this for me on a scale of 1 to 10. Now, I am concerned because I don't think he's very good. In terms of timing, if you look at the edge rushers for the Rams, for the Falcons, for the Seahawks, you can get by with that. So it's not ideal, but it is a much better timing for Collins to miss 3 games in the first 3 weeks with who the Cowboys are set to play. So get your votes in. Rate it for me on a scale of 1 to 10. The defensive line and linebackers. You're going to see a lot of rotation here, but this is interesting. Trysten Hill, a starter at defensive tackle, along with Tyrone Crawford. Everson Griffen not listed as a starter. Instead, the backup at both defensive end positions. Meanwhile, you got Dontari Poe, Lawrence Sinai, Gilmore Woods, kind of as you would anticipate. Trysten Hill, if you believe the depth chart, which you can if you want, is a starter, quote unquote. What I think this is really going to be is you're going to see a heavy rotation of Everson Griffen. Tyrone Crawford will play some interior defensive line. So on the depth chart, Trysten Hill might be a starter. In base packages, Trysten Hill might also be a starter. I am not convinced, though, that he plays top 4 or even top 3 snap numbers among those defensive line and pass rushers. Linebacker, meanwhile, this was the most intriguing one to me because the Cowboys have mentioned multiple times in interviews, hey, we're going to use a DPR this year, a designated pass rusher. Van Der Esch at the mic, Jalen at the weak side linebacker, that's no surprise there, plus the backups. Listing Aldon Smith, and on the depth chart, it didn't say strong side linebacker. It said designated pass rusher, DPR, is fascinating to me. So I am excited to see how the Cowboys use Aldon Smith. It's going to be more multiple. It might be a 4 base defensive lineman, but even if you're in a 4 defensive lineman-based defense, there is a way in which you can utilize Aldon Smith on the field at that time. What you could do if you are the Cowboys is utilize a 4-3 under front. What that means is that Aldon Smith stand-up role as an outside linebacker, DeMarcus Lawrence hand in the dirt at defensive end, Tyrone Crawford as it's going to be a 4 technique, but it is a 2-gapping, run-stopping defensive end. Fits Crawford's role very well. Dontari Poe as that nose tackle, in that same role he's played throughout his NFL career. And then Trysten Hill as a 3-tech. And if you want to get really creative, especially on passing downs, you can work Everson Griffen in there somewhere. You could pull Crawford or Hill off the field. And if Randy Gregory comes back this year, he could play that same DPR role. So I am excited about the possibility of flexibility and scheme disguising looks the Cowboys can bring this year, and I can't wait to see what they actually do. But back to Aldon Smith, how many sacks for him this year? Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. I've kept the over-under at 5.5. I know many of you have consumed the Kool-Aid, so get your votes in. I'm sure it'll be, for the most part, over 5.5. All right, the defensive backfield did not list a nickel starter. And they also listed Anthony Brown and Trevon Diggs as the starters at corner. Now, I wonder if part of that is because Awuzie's been a bit banged up. I don't think Jordan Lewis is even going to play this week. But Diggs getting the starting nod is a good sign for the Cowboys. That's what they wanted to have happen, and they're going to need him to help right away. Now, Awuzie, I still think he starts week 1, or at least plays starters minutes if he's full, or snaps, I should say, if he's fully healthy. I still think he is at least one of your top 3, if not top 2, best corners on the roster. Meanwhile, Daryl Worley, he could be more of a tight end stopper this year. The Cowboys are going to play more matchup-based stuff when it comes to the secondary. With Worley's size and the amount of reps he's got in the nickel corner role, he might slot in there, you can take the bit of a pun there, as either a tight end stopper or with Jordan Lewis a bit banged up as the full-fledged nickel in week 1 if Anthony Brown wants to play on the outside early on. So the cornerback depth chart is still muddled. Maybe we'll get some final answers after week 1 and beyond as the season continues. But who is the best cornerback on the Cowboys roster right now? Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. There is nothing that I think is more wrong with this unofficial depth chart than special teams. I am like 90% certain, guys, that they just got kick returner and punt returner wrong. Like, Tony Pollard is a kick return. That's what he did at Memphis and what he did last year in the NFL. Cedric Wilson is a punt return guy. CeeDee Lamb has got punt return reps. Trevon Diggs, briefly at Alabama, had some kick return duties. So I know the unofficial depth chart says Cedric Wilson on kick returns, Tony Pollard at punt returns. And yes, I might end up being wrong. But I'm pretty sure they're just flipped. And the Cowboys' unofficial depth chart, as it's been before, was simply incorrect. So my expectation is Tony Pollard on kick returns and Wilson and Lamb on punt. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.